Today we are fixing the issues with the moisture in the Armadillidium bins, hopefully. With the lucia Dieoff, I have one thing busted, and that's the substrate. This is, as always, a mixture, or as most preferred, a mixture of, but these little fellas doesn't feel threatened at all. Hello creature lovers and welcome to the universe. My name is Martin from Creepy Creatures Universe, and if you like invertebrate content and fixing issues like we do today, you should subscribe to the channel and never miss anything out. First, what's going on? We are the first year in this animal room. We had a winter season where it was pretty hot, and we are now in the summer where the humidity gets a really high pop from around 30 to 75%. Now we are at 69 here, and the problem we're having is with our Armadillidiums, these bins are getting too wet. So we had 3 Dieoffs, the frontetriangulum, the maculatum, not really, but, and the lucias. So we need to do something to fix that. Normally I would only change one subject and see what the outcome is. But we have, I'm not sure if it's in the Clugi Lexcutari bin, but as I see it's not, in the Armadillidium Clugi not Lexcutari, the other ones, the Omis, CF Clugi Omis. We already have only a corner of moss, but it's pretty much the same bin, and I think it won't work also, or it also won't work. Why? Here is my theory. With the lucia Dieoff, I have one thing busted, and that was one part I was thinking of the problem, and that's the substrate. Yes, in the maculatum and frontetriangulum bin was the same mixture of substrate, but the lucias had a different one, so the substrate is to blame, is gone. What we are doing now? Step number 1. We upgraded to 3 vents on each side. Step number 2. We have is a little bit of moisture inside. This is just the base layer for a non-burrowing species. This is, as always, a mixture, or as most preferred, a mixture of pure homemade leaf. Collected the leaves and made them to hummus. Then there is leaf litter inside, white rotten wood and calcium, and that's it. And now we are taking the moss and press it out a bit, and only make one corner wet. Just a bit squishing. And I would say this is a pretty good corner. I like deep layers of moss. That's also necessary, that the moisture is not going in the substrate or soaking in the substrate when you water it. Next step, pretty simple, leaf litter. And this time, this stays just bone dry. I don't water anything. And there is calcium already in the substrate, but we are putting a good amount of calcium on top of the substrate as well. And that's here on the dry side, so it doesn't clump up that much. And I wanted to use cork bark. We have a lot of other bark at the moment, not cut, but we have the bark. But I wanted to use cork bark because I need something that doesn't mold that much. And we have one here near the wetter side, or no, let's do it like this. One near the wetter side and one on the dry side. And so we maybe can figure out how dry we can keep them. And here we have the maculatums we already collected from the other bin. And the thing is, normally I like to collect Armadillidiums because they roll up when they are threatened. But these little fellas doesn't feel threatened at all, so They don't make balls, they just want to run around. And that makes it really difficult to collect. So we're just dumping that inside here. And as you can see, this is a big number of pods. Why is this such a big number of pods? Also here, normally I would take 10, 12, 15, 20 animals out to do dry, but nothing to dry here, it's a rescue in reality. And I also watched to don't put any of the substrate from the other bin inside this bin, because the substrate thing isn't gone 100%. But in reality it's busted. So we will see how that goes. Hopefully this gets better. I'm pretty sure the frontetriangulum are gone. We can take a look. Let's start with the St. Lucia's, where we had the last big Dieoff. And as you can see, it's not that wet at all. Andrea saw babies. I see nothing. Not a single pot. Here can be a pot if it's not that. Are you a pot? Yeah, at least it looks like it grabbed on something. Oh, okay. Maybe we can find pots if we go through. We need to make another bin and do that pretty quick. Okay, get it. And as you can see, the substrate here also is pretty moist. I mean, here is the bark, but if you dig here, it's almost moist under the leaf litter layer, so really near the ground, near the top. And did I explain my theory why this is getting so wet completely? The thing is, these Armadillidiums always work out until a certain point. I also talked to Felix under one of our last videos, and he had the same experience, that the die-off always happens. Did I already mention that? Okay, Andrea says no, so maybe we have to cut it out. The die-off always happens when numbers in the box explode. So all these Armadillidium bins that are now running perfectly, the Parasis, the Nasatum, the Klugi, they all need to be redone, because numbers raises and the humidity down there is absolutely no problem. Yeah, you're watering and the substrate absorbs the moisture, and you're watering again, and the substrate never dries out, which is not a big problem as long as you have low numbers. And what I think is, when they grow in numbers, there must be a temperature raise in the bin. I'm thinking of bees killing hornets by swarming and balling them. I know it's not exactly the same, but fact is, it's a closed environment and we have movement and a lot of animals inside. So I think the temperature goes up, and through this the moisture from underneath evaporates and makes the whole bin wet. And then we have the die-off. So all Armadillidium bins need to be redone. This is a search bin where we have to be glad if we will find animals. Here is the second one that I don't get. Why they die off again, or more, or it goes on. Yeah, okay, it's also wet here. Felix said he rescued the frontetriangulum by keeping them bone dry. Here is one. But I think we're here under 10 animals, and we started with 70 that were already rescued from a die-off bin. So, yeah, that's it. I don't think we get a colony out of this. And the approach this time goes this way. I'm not sure if that works. I have this cup inside and I hope the isopods will run into the cup. But at the moment it doesn't look like they do. Maybe we put a cherry inside, but I think the maculatums were not that cherry driven. Maybe we really need to sort them out. Hopefully we don't have to. I mean, I have another idea as well, but I'm not sure if I want to do this with this bin. My idea is to sieve through it with the Porcellanatus pruinosus, but I don't think it will work with these wet bins, and I don't think it will work, or it will work, but it doesn't change anything, because when I run it through a sieve, I can use the good substrate inside the bad substrate. So the frass should go through the sieve and the whole leaf litter should stay inside the sieve. But I don't want to use this substrate anymore. So much dying animals inside, no thanks. Okay, we put this there, this there, and the new one and the new one right up there, and then look how it goes. We are in a rush, but not that much. I mean, whoa, look at that spider over there. What the heck? That's a giant, and it has to go out. Or no, it can stay, it can stay. Those spiders, I think it's, I don't know the correct term, we call it Zitterspinne. It looks like the huntsman, no, not huntsman spiders, the corn. Okay, I don't get the right English term, but those spiders are absolutely no problem for any human. Yeah, they're not able to bite you, they're not able to harm you, and normally I would say those spiders are cool for everything on feeding animals like flies or something that goes out of your bins. But these spiders have a very, very potent venom for other spiders, which means it is pretty, you know what I mean, when you have one of or more, some of these spiders and small spiders, so offspring from them, in your tarantula room. You don't want them in your tarantula bins, under no circumstances. I am not sure if I'm talking bullshit here, but I think it's to avoid. Okay, I'm coming completely off the topic, I'm sorry for that, but the spider was cool. We will try if it works, or if we fixed it with this setup. We are in a rush with these bins, at least with the maculatum and the St. Lucia's, but with those the rush isn't that big. I mean, the Palazzi are just started breeding, the Clugilix gutari are breeding, but I think they are okay, but we need to do it definitely here, the, yes, Armadillidium CF Clugi omis. So nothing more to say from me besides don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss anything out, and of course sometimes also the downsides. So nothing more to say besides wish you all the best, have great free days, and see you in the universe. Bye bye.